Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing good and hope everyone will have a good week. So, targeted wealth creation, I think, is the name of the channel. That person already beat me to the punch, but I guess I might as well just do my take on this. So, Roundhill filed for 10 new single stock covered call ETFs. So, it looks like Roundhill is going after YieldMax and KurvInvest. With this SEC filing, and it's quite interesting because they already filed for like the defined target type of funds as well. So this is like the high yield wars are heating up again. So this is good. So YieldMax has like the first mover advantage with the single stock covered call ETFs, and they have like the bundle of like these single stock ETFs as well. So but this is interesting since Roundhill has 10 of these, so are they ready to eat YieldMax and KurvInvest's lunch? And then KurvInvest is kind of like the I guess like the silver medal guy right now. But if they don't do anything to innovate or do anything interesting, I think Roundhill can easily catch up and maybe even challenge YieldMax for the crown. So just as a matter of disclosure, I still have a high yield allocation, but right now, just based on like these new filings, I'm not going to be loyal to any one particular ETF issuer. So this SEC filing was done on August 23rd, as you can see up here, and of course, like as I always have to mention, this is not SEC approved yet. So they're looking for some type of decision like 75 days after like the filing. As you can see, it's app. They have one for Apple, AMD. Actually, it might be simpler if I just go to the next slide. So we're looking potentially at like a November 6th, like around that time frame, to see if we can get like a final decision. Oh, I'm sorry about this. Just caught my own boo boo here. So one is for Apple, one is for AMD, one is for Amazon, one for Coinbase, one for Google. So I like this ticker symbol, the glow. One for Facebook, one for Microsoft, one for MicroStrategy, one for Nvidia, and one for Tesla. So like the MSTW and MSTQ, I think those probably like the only like small gripe that I have. Like I think people might get confused between the MicroStrategy and the Microsoft one. But I mean, I guess not much you can do. Maybe this one could have been MSFW and the other one could have been MSTW, but just in case stay consistent. But I guess it's not a big deal as long as they price it reasonably and they can perform. So interestingly enough, for this particular one, they didn't have like the expense ratio ready yet. So I'm hoping for like 75 basis points or less. If they keep it like 95 or 99 like YieldMax, then I don't really see like the appeal. I think like what they can do, like they can start siphoning off some of the assets under management from YieldMax if they price it like lower. And of course, obviously the main point would be to have a pretty decent yield as well. And when I say like decent, I mean maybe like around 15-20 with like a minimal slide in like the actual price of the ETF itself. But we'll just have to see. So if I'm reading this correctly, the fund is actively managed, seeks to achieve its investment objectives through the use of synthetic cover call strategies. That sounds similar to what YieldMax is doing. And they want to provide current income on a weekly basis. So that's the key word here. So I'm really happy to see that. Now the only question I have, because reading through like the documents, I didn't see whether they're gonna use something like a monthly similar to what YieldMax is doing, or if they're gonna use the leaps for the long call and the short put side of the transaction. So I'm hoping they use leaps like they do with QDW and XDT. I'm sorry, XDTE and QDTE. So that I think that would save on like some transaction costs on like their end, and consequently a pass through us like less expenses. But again, we'll just have to see. And the managers, I guess like you've seen these names before: Andrew Serwick, Todd Alberico, Gabriel Tan, and Brian Cooper. And this is interesting too. This part here. So it looks like they're managing like 58 different types of funds. So that that's obviously a lot. And the combined assets under management, like under their purview, is about 5 billion. So it's not a small amount. So I'm hoping they don't get overworked. And this is as of like June 30th as well. But we'll just have to see. So this is interesting because this also sets them up for potentially their version of maybe RMAX and maybe like RMAG, kind of like their own version of like a fund of funds too. So if they go after like the whole pot, I think that could be really interesting. Because right now, like I don't think you know, especially if things get more volatile, I don't think people have like any more appetite to pay, almost like a percentage of the assets or more, just to have people manage the funds. So I think this is just good for the overall space in general for like the high yield seekers. So I can't wait to see how this all plays out. This is an interesting point because they're attacking YieldMax and KurvInvest, like well, I guess while they're kind of complacent, getting kind of fat. So I've noticed like NVDY, congratulations to YieldMax too for like getting $1 billion under management for NVD. So it's not a easy thing to do. But I think once they release like the NVDW, that can siphon off some of the money. So it's a good battle. So the high yield war continues. So things are gonna get interesting in the fall and the winter. So of course, this is just my opinion. We still always have to stay on top of our investments and our hedges. So a lot of can happen in the space. So if you can like and subscribe, please. Any help will be greatly appreciated. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.